with you. Anything you want.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Venetia Alexander Marshall and welcome. If you're new here, hi, how are you? Don't forget, hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure you're clicking the notification bell so every time I'm uploading a new video, you are notified. We're going to do another makeup look. I feel like another makeup look coming on. So everything I'm going to be using today in this makeup look, this is going to be everything Juvia's Place. Yes, Juvia's Place. A lot of people are not really talking about Juvia's Place like they used to a long time ago. So yeah, I decided to talk about Juvia's Place because Juvia's Place has brought out a couple of new products. And when I tell you, when they bring out the new products, boy, do they know how to bring out the new products. Plus, we got some oldie but goodie products here as well that we're also going to be talking about. So come on. Let's come on in and let's do this Juvia's Place makeup look. As always, I do have my handy dandy mirror with me. They do not have a primer, so I'm going to go ahead and prime my face first, and then we're going to move on to foundation. All right, I do have my primer on. First is foundation. Now, if you remember when Juvia's Place first came out with their foundation, they came out with the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. That's the one in the orange tube. And if you remember, that foundation is super full coverage. Super full coverage. But that is a foundation I know how to control. I know how to work that foundation. A little bit literally goes a long way, and you can still come out with a flawless look as if you're not wearing that foundation at all. But they also have a Charlotte Tilbury dupe, which is their booster, their liquid booster. Love that liquid booster. I can wear that, and I have a few times worn it as just a foundation, and it's awesome. But I went on ahead with the I Am Magic. This is the Hydrating foundation from Juvia's Place. This is also a very good foundation. I actually had to get another shade because the original shade I had was Kampala, which was the same as the shade in the original formula. But Kampala is too light, so I went the next step down or up or however. No, I went up because their shade range is different. Theirs start from darkest to lightest, as most start lightest to darkest. So they start darkest to lightest. So I went up to the next shade, and this is a very good match. This is, just like the original formula, it is a very full coverage foundation. Sometimes I do tend to forget I have this foundation, and then when I do wear it, I am reminded of how good this is. So I'm just taking a few dots, not going all the way down with the pump, because a little bit of this foundation, just like the original foundation, a little bit literally goes a long way. Let me get my here. Why not? So since I'm doing Juvia's Place, I'm gonna use a Juvia's Place brush. And yes, if you remember, this is how it looks. It's like that. So I am going to pounce this into the skin. And like I said, you don't need a lot of it. A little bit goes a long way. And this would, the amount I put down, it's like 4 1/4 pumps would equal to 1 pump. Because I don't need a lot of this product. And some of it, as I am spreading, some I am just pouncing in some areas, and others I'm not, just so I can get the full effect of the foundation. Now again, this is more hydrating than the original formula. That one was more matte. And this gives just as much full coverage as the original. So this is what it looks like. Blended, still very flawless, still very full coverage, but it's not super full coverage where you cannot control it, and it still looks like a base foundation with your medium coverage foundations. Again, full coverage you can work with, you just need a little bit, and a little bit of those full coverage foundations can go a long way. This definitely goes a very long way. Next is concealer. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I am going with the I Am Magic Concealer. I think this is number 13. That have, yes, this is number 13. They don't really have shade names, they have numbers. So this is number 13. Just like the original foundation. And this foundation, you know, this is super full coverage. Super full coverage. Is actually one of my favorite concealers to use. I just take it and I just dot it because it's so full coverage down the bridge of the nose, and then I'm just going to do like that. I don't need to dip back in it or anything because that's how full coverage this concealer is. And I am going to take my sponge and I'm just going to blend, and I'm going to take some of that concealer over my eye as my eyeshadow base. So I don't use the eye primer because they do have an eyeshadow base that is very similar to P. Louise. I don't have that, but I do hear that this is very good. As my son is pulling up. Okay. All right, can you see? This is the concealer. This is why I only dot the concealer on, because the concealer can literally go a long way. Yeah. I'm not going to set my face just yet. I am going to go in. I forgot I had this cream bronzer from Juvia's Place. This is the shade Amber. This is a kind of red, a reddish cream bronzer. A lot of people don't like it because they said it has glitter in it. I don't see the glitter in it. And just like anything from Juvia's Place, you just need a little bit, because a little bit of this literally goes a long way. So I am only going to take just a hairball of this and I'm going to form a contour, and I'm just going to do it just like that. You just need a little bit of this, but if you know how to control the cream contour, you can do a really good job. All right, I didn't really control it very well on this side, but see how I have it controlled here? And if you see where you look like your contour is looking a little muddy, you can tone it down. You can tone it down by either using your foundation brush that you originally had, and you can tone it down just like that, not adding any additional product, as I did here, and as I did like the little blend. You can kind of see I've toned it down, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to tone it down, and see, as I've toned it down, it doesn't look as harsh on this side. So actually you're looking kind of even if you do too much contour, too much contour. So now, because I totally forgot about that cream contour, but a lot of people, again, don't like it because it said it had glitter in it. And as I'm looking, I don't notice glitter at all. I don't notice glitter at all. So I don't know. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to set our face. I usually set my face twice, but I'm going to set my face a little differently. So this is the newest item, one of the new items from Juvia's Place. This is their talc-free loose setting powder. So I picked this up not that long ago. I've already worn it and it's okay. The shade I have is Warm Honey. That's what I have. I've already worn it. This is pretty good. I'm not going to say it's a favorite, but this is a pretty good setting powder. It really is. This is, if you really want to see the powder, I'm not going to tilt it all the way, but that is the color of it, and that's what it looks like. I am going to take it and do my regular schmegular. I do dip my sponge in here, but then I try to take some excess off. I don't need all that powder, because trust me, if I just do that and go with it, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than this. Hell of a lot more than that. Hell of a lot more. So I'm just taking it into my areas here and on my forehead. All right, I'm about to take my brush. This is a Juvia's Place powder brush, and I'm just gonna smooth the setting powder out. And I'm taking some of that setting powder onto my eyelids to set the concealer on my eyelids. And I'm also dusting here. This is so smooth. This is very, very smooth. I have worn the setting powder a few times and I'm not disappointed with it. Now, like I said, will I call it a favorite? No. But as I wear it a little bit more, then I'll make my determination from then. But as of right now, this is what it looks like. If you're a person like me and you do bake, I don't leave my bake on for too long, because if the longer you leave it, the lighter it's going to be. But yeah, this is a very good setting powder. Does not leave any flashback or anything like that. So I really do enjoy the setting powder. But for the second set, I forgot I had this. This is from Juvia's Place. This is their foundation powder. Remember when this came out? This foundation powder? Yeah, this is the shade Zaria. Here it is. Yeah, I kind of forgot I had this setting powder. I had this powder foundation. This came out with the foundation. These came out together. So so it's been out on the market for quite a while. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna pat. And this is gonna go over the rest of my face. And just like anything else, Juvia's Place, it's pigmented. And I'm just gonna take the foundation powder and I am just setting the rest of the face. Just like so, like that. Here we go. And then I'm just gonna take that, pat it into my skin, just like that. Just so. And as you clearly see, this is working out perfectly fine. Yep. So that is what it looks like. And we got some pretty good doggone coverage and so forth with our base and our setting powder and our foundation powder and cream contour and everything. And I done cream contour, put this powder on, and forgot I got this cream blush over here. How I did that, y'all. All right, y'all not seeing me constantly pausing and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and so forth. We got a lot of not so good stuff going on right now. So if you follow my other channel, I'm probably gonna do a vanity talk about it. So if you follow my other channel, I'm gonna link my other channel up in the cards as well as in the bottom of the description box, so you can follow my other channel where I do a lot of vlogs. I've started a vanity talk series. So everything that's going on here, I will talk about it in my vanity talk. But like I was saying, I put all this powder on, forgot I got cream blush I got to put on. So this is also the newest thing from Juvia's Place. This is their new cream blush. Here it is. The shade I wanted, they were sold out at Juvia's Place, at Ulta, because I picked this up at Ulta. The shade I got is Pink Passion. Here it is. I'm going to show you what this looked like, because initially when I looked at it, I went, I don't know. But why am I doubting Juvia's Place? Why? Because I should have already known. You need a smudge pigment. You just need a smudge. And you're going to have all the pigment in the world. So I'm just going to, and as you can see, I have already worn it. And I'm just going to take one little dab, just like that. And I'm going to tell you, this is probably too much. I'm going to do this. Told you, too much. Too much, too much, too much, too much. I'm just going to focus it right here in this area, right around the contour area. Yeah, and that's a nice wash of pink. Yeah, you have to be careful with Juvia's Place's blushes. That might be another subject for my vanity talks. So yeah, I'm just took that one dab and I am keeping it again in this area. I'm not smudging or doing anything because I already have powder down and I don't want my makeup to lift. But this cream blush, if you haven't tried it out yet, you're missing out. Or if you don't want to have the tube, the other cream blush, because they can get very intimidating. But anything with Juvia's Place, you know you're going to have pigment all throughout. So you should already know about Juvia's Place. I am going to go ahead and do a little bronzer. So this is one of my all-time favorite bronzers. This is from Juvia's Place. This is the tan bronzer. This is my all-time favorite. My all-time favorite right here. This is by far my all-time favorite. I'm about to get my brush back out because I put it up a little too soon. I think I'm going to go in, and as you can clearly see, it's been very, very, very well loved. But I think I'm going to go in with this one at the top. This one got a divot in it. They both got divots. This is my travel bronzer. I go everywhere with this bronzer. I'm just going to swirl a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to swirl a little bit of this around. And this is also going to set that cream blush. Now, if you want to go out, because I know a lot of people like a lot of blush. I'm not really big on a whole bunch of blush. But if you want to add additional blush to the cream blush that we already have, which I think is a nice subtle look. But if you were looking for additional pop or additional power to the blush, you can get the similar cream blush to that, which is this very popular blush from Juvia's Place. This is the volume 4. If you're not familiar with volume 4, this is volume 4? No, this is volume 1. I did not bring volume 4 up here. This is volume 1. So this is what volume 1 looks like. This is my travel blush as well. I'm gonna put a hair bit of this one at the top. Since that one is more pink, I thought I had volume 4 up here. That is the one that has like that bubblegum pink in it. So I'm going to do a little bit of this one. I'm not going to do very much. So I'm just going to take just a couple of dabs, better yet a few, and I got to be careful with it. I'm going to go ahead and bring that extra. Yeah, so you're just going to put it in the same area where you put that cream blush, and you're going to bring some of that blush right back if you had lost some of it. Because sometimes with all of your setting and so forth, it can lose the blush once you put all of your powders down. And that does include your cream blush. You can lose it with the powder. So that's why you want the powder blush on top of the cream, so you can bring that blush right back. So all it does is just amplifies the cream you already laid down. Next is eyeshadow. Look here with the Juvia's Place eyeshadow, because this is how Juvia's Place became extremely popular. Their eyeshadow palettes. The vast majority of my eyeshadow palettes are Juvia's Place. I'm just gonna tell you, I have a whole collection of Juvia's Place palettes. I have a whole collection of it. So I had to go literally any, meeny, miny, mo. So I picked this up because it's been a while since I've worn this eyeshadow palette. This is the Juvia's Place Nubian, what's this? Nubian Coral 3. This is the eyeshadow palette I picked up. I have so many eyeshadow palettes to where I have to literally go any, meeny, miny, mo. So I'm going to dip into this eyeshadow palette. And I haven't worn this eyeshadow palette in a while. If you're need a remembering of what this looks like, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like, and it's almost matching the blush a little bit, but I am, you know what, no, I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna go in, I am gonna go in with this dark brown, almost a reddish shade. I will put that in my crease. So I'm just gonna take that like this. Look, it don't take much, because that is definitely what Juvia's Place is known for, is the pigment on their eyeshadow palettes. And this one, it can be very subtle, but if you want to build this up, I'm just going to tell you, just be careful. Be careful with Juvia's Place's eyeshadow palettes. Be careful. And sometimes I use the bronzer. And I can use the bronzer as an all-day eyeshadow palette, and I've done that so many times. All right, for my lid, I'm just gonna go with this shimmer right here on this side. This will be on my lid. Just gonna take some of that, again, just like with the matte shade, the shimmer shades. It can get away from you if you put too much. So I'm just gonna take that, yeah. And do that. And I'm not doing too much of an eye. showing you going on. Now, without adding any additional product, I'm just going to take this brush that I use with the crease color, and I'm just going to blend the two together. How about that? Yep. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Next is setting spray. Thank you, Juvia's Place. Thank you. Thank you. Just thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've been waiting on a setting spray from y'all for the longest time. I just need y'all to come out with a mascara. Y'all missing the mascara. I know y'all got lashes. I don't wear no lashes. But I need y'all to come out with a mascara. That's all. But I'm glad you came out with this setting spray. And this setting spray is pretty doggone good. This is, what is it called? This is their, I don't have my glasses on. This is, I'm not going to even attempt to try to read it. But this is it. But yes, this is their setting spray. And it has a slight scent to it. Ooh, it just went up in my mouth. This does have a slight scent to it, but this is also a pretty good setting spray. I've actually worn it a few times. As you can tell, I have worn it a few times. This is a pretty good setting spray. This is a pretty good setting spray, if I should say so myself. I have seen other content creators here on YouTube that are of the melanated color to wear that setting spray, and it is pretty doggone good. Sets very, very well. Or you can use it as a primer or mix with your primer. So you can either use it to either set your makeup or refresh your makeup, or for primer and use it with a primer. You can do it as either one. It is very versatile and I really like it. I really, really like it. Last but not least, lip. Look. Look. Look, 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 look. Besides the eyeshadow palette, their lip products, 10 out of 10. You have not picked up any of their lip products. What are you doing? Just what are you doing? What are you doing? I did have this when I did a Juvia's Place makeup look for my second channel. I haven't posted it yet. And this was the shade that I wore. This is one of their nude shades. I think it comes from that Nubian collection that they did. This is what it looks like. And you can see this is a pretty like caramel brown, but I'm not gonna wear this. One of my favorite red lipsticks just does come from Juvia's Place when they came out with that line of just red lipsticks. I love it, and that has my favorite red that I travel with a lot. But I'm just gonna do liner and lip gloss. This is my second one. This is my second one. When I tell you their lip liners are awesome. I think this is the shade Coffee Bean I have. I literally used the last of this lip liner when I was in Jackson, Mississippi last year. And when I tell you, I was like, oh, where is it? Where? It was gone. I had used it all the way up. So I had to get me another one. And this is retractable. And this is also very pigmented. And I literally, when we leave to go to Chicago and to Las Vegas later on this year, this is more than likely the lip product the lip line I'm going to be bringing. And then I'm just gonna blend it in. I don't think this Coffee Bean. I don't know which one this is. Is this Coffee Bean? I don't remember. But it's part of that collection that they had, and I love this lip liner. So I am gonna top it with a gloss. And this gloss, I do travel with this one as well. What shade is this? This is the shade, because I'm not going to sit here and strain my eyes and try to figure out what the shade is. But this is another travel gloss that I travel with from time to time. Love it. Absolutely love it. And the glosses are so very pigmented. And these smell good. These smell like chocolate. I don't think that's Coffee Bean that I have. I think this is another color. And it's kind of matching the eyes a little bit. So yes, yeah, look, yes, check that out. Check that out. All right, and that is it with this makeup look featuring products from Juvia's Place. Yes, Juvia's Place. I love one of my favorite black owned makeup brands. You can find Juvia's Place either on their website, or you can find them at Ulta on the drugstore side. And when I tell you I be hitting up and be looking at what all they got, when I go in Ulta, I'll be sure going over there to Juvia's Place, baby. Yes, I do. But this is it. This is the final makeup look featuring Juvia's Place. So with that being said, this is Venetia Alexander Marshall. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.